your teacher for today. We will discuss QR code. QR code stands for Quick Response Codes. QR codes it is a square, it's two-dimensional barcode that is used to direct viewers to a company's website, their social media page, or sales link, or any digital site. QR codes use patterns of dots, shapes, and white spaces. Here's an example of a QR code. This one is in color. Here's another example of QR codes. With this one, I included an ID bar code, which I'm sure you all are familiar with. Okay. The early years for QR codes. It was developed in Japan in 1994 by Denso Wave. It was designed for automotive industry purposes. They were able to keep up with the parts and things with that little code there. By 2002, smartphones made the expansion of the QR code possible by supplying a camera that could scan the two-dimensional barcode. By 2008, companies started implementing the use of QR codes into their marketing campaign. They had such things as you could get a payment on something or whatever. You could even pay your bills by using that. It was a form of payment, okay? And here we have what was called the downfall of the QR code. Even a few companies seeing success incorporating the QR code into their marketing strategy. Knowledge of the QR code was still, it was not understood at all. And then in 2012, you know, they love to do studies. The magazine called INC or Inc., they found that 97% of consumers had no idea what a QR code was. Even some that knew what it was had no idea how to scan it due to needing a third-party QR scanning machine. It turned out that QR codes were simply ahead of their time. And they were ahead of their time in that you had to have the smartphone with you at all times. So in comes social media. So when social media came into play, people started having their phones more closely to them so they could relate to the QR code. So it was ahead of its time, but it caught up. And then there was the resurrection that began when Snapchat. How many know about Snapchat? Y'all know about Snapchat? Okay, Snapchat acquired a lead app store, QR reader called Scan. Okay, now let's see what Scan did. Scan was purchased for $54 million, and Snapchat put the QR reader to use by creating snap codes in 2017. As it turned out, snap codes were being scanned 8 million times per day. That's a lot. That is the end of my presentation. I didn't want to bore you with it. And the reason I picked QR codes is because I knew nothing about them, except for the fact that I had seen them on everything. And I brought it to you in its simplicity. Now we're going to do a little cahoots game to see what you know. And everything that I've got on cahoots